Welcome, everybody, to Puro Pinche Sports. We are live tonight with your host, Jose Garza, my guest, Jesse Santos, and Michael Anthony. Apparently, I can't give out his real last name, so I have to change some shit around. What's going on, guys?
What up, man?
What's up, homie?
All right, guys. We're going to be talking about UFC 259. It happened last night for us. 3 title fights. Might get some surprises on our reactions, but let's kick things off, guys. The first fight we need to talk about, champion versus champion. Jan Blachowicz, the light heavyweight champion, successfully retained. Oh, we lost Mike. That's how things go live sometimes. Like, shit just leave. People just leave out of nowhere. Mike, you didn't want to talk about that fight first? Is that why you fucking just bounced?
No, I was having some internet issues, man. That's all.
Technical difficulties, people.
Technical difficulties. That's all.
We are live. We are live. All right, back to it. Jan Blachowicz successfully retained his title over the middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. Unanimous decision. We saw the fight. Jay, you weren't able to join us to watch the fight. What was your initial reaction to the whole thing?
I was mad. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted some brawling, and I wanted some hands to be thrown, and Blachowicz definitely used that big body to his advantage, and I can't be mad about that. But I'm still mad on the inside.
What you mean, bro? Oh, you mean that he didn't use a Polish power? He used the Polish weight.
Yes.
Hey, it's effective and it worked, man.
Yeah, I mean, it won him the fight. I can't be mad that he won the fight. I respect him, but I wanted guts and glory, and I got,
You got a very technical fight over some bloodshed. You got okay. Hold on. Was this worse than Romero Adesanya?
No. Okay. Nothing will ever be worse than that.
Okay, Mike, your thoughts on the fight?
It started pretty much how I think we expected. First round, they kind of came out, they were filling each other out, and then slowly Adesanya started being a little more aggressive, and I think it was working for I would probably say the first half of the fight, until Jan started really blocking his attacks, got a hold of him, and like Jay said, put his weight on him, man. Once he found out that he couldn't be moved, I mean, that was it.
What surprised y'all? The fact that Adesanya didn't unleash himself. Like what happened? What do you think happened in his mind that he just didn't go like we expected him to?
The fact that he could get dropped with just a punch. I mean, obviously that is a thing in fighting that can happen in any weight class, but when somebody outweighs you by 30 pounds, you got that in the back of your mind that you could just get clipped and you out.
You tend to pull your punches a little more. I feel you on that. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And I agree, man. He was definitely probably the biggest fighter Adesanya's faced. One thing that I noticed, I know you noticed it too, also, was throughout the fight, Izzy was kind of grabbing his hand, his wrist. And for a while, I was kind of concerned. I thought maybe he messed up his hand, broke it. Maybe the glove was messed. Never got discussed. He never mentioned it. I don't know. I wish I could have gotten a little more clarity on what was wrong because, for the whole fight, it seemed like he was just trying to adjust something. And that probably took him out of his game a little bit too.
Those MMA gloves, at least the ones that UFC produce, they don't work well. Like they're shit. Like you have to wrap your hands up tight as fuck. Jesse knows from all his boxing experience. And then you have to put on that 4-ounce glove. And that shit's not comfortable, especially it's one that can slide in and out quickly.
Well, they're supposed to tape around the wrist. With the glove on, you put the 4-ounce on and they tape around your wrist. But I mean, guess whatever.
Didn't tape well enough because he was too like this whole time, like just trying to But
I don't know, man. I was expecting him to use some of his legs a lot more, but like do some front kicks or something like that. But he was doing a lot of flashy stuff, and
I don't think he ever really landed a clean hit. I mean, none of them really. They got a few hits here and there, but I don't think anybody really got a hit like they wanted to.
I personally thought Izzy, after that third round scramble early on where Jan was pushing the pace, I thought when they broke free and Adesanya countered, I thought he hurt him a little bit. He just didn't push after that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a hurt. I think it's more like a surprise, and that was it.
A stun.
Yeah, and Blachowicz was getting gassed, man. I mean, you can tell early on after the first round, he automatically went to his corner, took a seat, was breathing heavy, and it was kind of that way throughout the fight. I was hoping Izzy could expose it, but at the end of the day, like Jay said, he put the weight on him, man. I think the better tactical fighter won the fight, and he deserves it, man. He defended his title, and he's the champ for a reason.
Does the fact that he's been like we talked about it when I talked about it with Art in the last video, he's had over 100 fights in combat sports, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, MMA. Before MMA, he didn't really have to deal with the wrestling. Is wrestling a big factor, a big kryptonite for Izzy moving forward?
It's a big kryptonite for a lot of people because you're not expecting to have 200 pounds of somebody on you, and you have to kind of shrimp out, or you got to, throw the hips out from underneath somebody, or use your legs to push off to somebody. You're not expecting to use that stuff. You're expecting to throw hands, really. But you can never prepare for somebody laying on top of you. It's just, that's not a fight strategy.
Yeah. What about the weight? Izzy came in at 200.5 pounds, the lightest in any, compared for a championship, light heavyweight championship fight. How big of a factor was that? And the fact that maybe Jan was back up to like 215, 220 after the day after weigh-ins.
I think it's smart to go in at a weight that you're comfortable with, right? You don't want to have a McGregor mess up where you're too heavy and now you're a lot slower than what you're used to being, right? You don't want to go in being sluggish. You don't want to tire yourself out because you're 20, 30 pounds heavier than you're normally at. So I think it's smart, but when you're fighting somebody who walks around at 220, it's not going to help you any.
Yeah, man, Izzy looked out of his element. He did.
So what's next for Israel Adesanya? I mean, he's the middleweight champion, so he can go back down to 185. Do you see a future for him in light heavyweight still?
Take your ass back to middleweight.
Not at the moment, man. Not at the moment. And that John Jones fight's not happening.
You ain't fighting John Jones. John Jones will walk that ass. Just stay where you need to be.
I mean, he doesn't even need to walk that ass. He can just wrestle that ass.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is John Jones, again, we haven't seen John Jones fight, so I can't say that he's going to be a badass heavyweight. Mm-hmm. I know he's a badass dude, but
I mean, you can create an argument, man. Like you said, we haven't seen John Jones fight in a while. You can honestly create an argument that he doesn't need to do much. Defend, cover up, get a hold of Izzy, put him on the ground, and unless he works on his grapple defense, man, it's over.
No, I don't.
It's over.
I don't think Izzy can handle the wrestling part.
No.
That's a lot of dudes who strike and who are really good at striking. They rely on that because that's what they're used to. But you can't prepare for that, man.
And maybe Blachowicz didn't want to really pass after he took him down because once you put all that weight down and Izzy's not doing anything, you don't really need to go to half guard, side control, or anything like that. Do you think that? I mean, does Izzy need to really work on his wrestling? I mean, is that something he's going to focus on, or is he just going to more work on his other abilities?
No, dedicate time and resources, everything on your on your ground game, man. You have to. At this point, you've been exposed. You don't think other middleweights are going to target that? He needs to get back in the office and needs to work on it. Bottom line.
You want to be essentially a Swiss Army knife, man. You don't want to be a
one-dimensional,
one style dude. And I get it. He's very good at boxing and kickboxing and all that stuff. But look at GSP, very good on the ground, also very good standing up.
Yeah, and originally, I think you could argue that GSP was more of a striker in the beginning, and as he developed in the MMA career, because he wasn't a wrestler before, he developed wrestling. GSP developed it and then just perfected it to the point that no welterweight could stop him. Johnny Hendricks was very close to doing that, but no one else really could. So Adesanya is the champion, 185. He's going to go back down, like he said in his press conference interview. Who's next for him? I have listed down there the two fighters that are pretty much close to fighting him. Do you think any of them, or is there someone else out there?
I'd throw Whitaker again.
And Whitaker's got a fight next month against Paulo Costa. You know, Mr. Wine himself.
I mean,
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
All right. So what about Jan Blachowicz, the unexpected winner of last night's fight? Where does he go on from here?
Disney World, celebrate, live it up for a little bit, enjoy some time, spend some time with the family.
Definitely need to work on some cardio.
Yeah,
that's the not even joking or trying to hate on him, but if you're planning on fighting anybody who's in that division, you need to get some cardio up so you can just dominate.
All right, so just to get out of the way, as y'all can see on the bottom, I have the light heavyweight rankings, at least what I think they'll be on Monday whenever they come out with on the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Glover Teixeira is the number one contender. Clear hands down. Jan Blachowicz kind of proved it, whatever. So we're going to see a 38-year-old versus a 500-year-old fight next. Cool. No fucking worries there. The number 2 ranked light heavyweight is a guy who won a very lackluster fight to start the main card. Alexander Rajic. Yeah. Just get out the way, guys. What's your thoughts on Santos versus Rajic?
Inside joke. He had some thighs. For those of y'all who don't know, don't worry. But no, man, that fight is more along the lines of, like you mentioned earlier, Romero and Adesanya. There wasn't much going on. Santos actually looked kind of upset, man.
Jay, you saw that fight. Give me quick reaction. Quick reaction. Just
lackluster.
Super.
Tell the crowd what you told me a while ago before Mike was able to get on about his tattoo.
You can't have Mjolnir tattooed on your chest and be a bitch. I'm sorry. Bro.
It's not only tattooed on his chest. The man's piece is about that big.
He has a life-size Mjolnir on his chest.
Belly button all the way up, bro. Like, this man, bro, Mike, we talked about this. This man rose his hand up like he was going to be a winner. And no, Diago, like, I know you had a good fight with John Jones, but you didn't have a good fight last night. You sucked.
Terrible. It was terrible.
But it's all right. We got other fights that went on for that shit. So Glover Teixeira is next for Blachowicz. Whitaker beats Costa. He should be next in line against Adesanya. Move on from that. The co-main event, guys. What do we need to really talk about?
Woo! Let them 4 inches give me shit.
Yeah. 8 out of 10, guys. 8 out of 10 of excitement right there.
Nunes deserves a much bigger payout than what she got.
Bro, she wasn't even the highest paid last night, right?
Adesanya was the highest paid person.
Yeah.
Okay, I know Blachowicz feels disrespected. Let's talk about Amanda Nunes, bro. Like, she's defended the bantamweight title like 4 or 5 fucking times, defended the featherweight title twice. Like, what more does she have to prove to give you the highest paid woman fighter in general in fucking UFC? She
needs to be the highest paid fighter regardless.
In general.
Mm-hmm. In general. Yeah. Okay, question. Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. You said it yourself.
I was asking over John Jones, though. Like,
yes.
In general.
Yes. Nobody has ever been that dominating, man. She came in, handled business, was gone in 2 minutes, picked up her check, and goat. She's a do my job, get out type of person, and I like that. You don't talk shit, you get your job done, and you leave. Mm-hmm. Right? Respectful in the fact that she respected the people she beat. She don't really, be bashing on people like that. She don't really be talking. She doesn't have Twitter fingers. She gets her job done and leaves, bro. She's smiling the entire time. Woman walks around with confidence, lives her best life. She's doing everything right, man. She's the GOAT.
Bro, like, people were making such a big deal of the 4-inch difference. Bro,
visually, it looked like a difference. Visually, side by side, face to face, it looked pretty drastic.
Yeah, but once
that gap.
Once Megan Anderson stepped in the cage, bro, her white skin turned albino. Like, she was scared. Like, she saw a demon in front of her about to murder her.
Yeah. She was fighting pretty wide-eyed, and that's not a good look to have, man.
Bro, her stance all lead leg, like her lead leg was out fucking forward. Like, she was unbalanced the whole time, like just trying to match up. I think honestly the height difference kind of probably fucked her because she has to fight a shorter fighter. Shorter fighters can normally say like, "Hey, I usually have to fight taller people," but taller people don't usually have to fight shorter people.
Well, and that's where I say that length that she has, she needs to utilize. You need to keep her at a distance. You let her get into your bubble and you're toast, bro. You saw it. She beat that ass.
I didn't expect it to end by submission.
I was 50-50. I thought it would be knockout.
A knockout.
I wanted a knockout so bad, man. But I'm pleased with the outcome, with the result.
Bro,
it was a good fight.
Easy takedown. I thought she was on her back a little too high. I thought she was gonna lose it, and then she had wrapped her legs around her throat and then turned it into an armbar.
Yeah, because originally it looked like she was going for a choke, and at that point, I agree with you. It looked like she was way too high, but that's just the professionalism behind her fighting style, and just shows how good of a fighter she is, man. To adjust and to capitalize on what she needed to do.
Transitioning from like a triangle choke to an armbar is like nothing, especially to her.
Yeah,
I said it on the preview. I said there's a difference between the black belts and the purple belt. Major difference. Like I don't think people understand how hard it is to transition from purple all the way to black. Like the difference in technique, the difference in skill. Amanda Nunes there's just no way that she was gonna let go.
I mean, she's Brazilian, dog. Come on, that's their game. What do you mean? That's their shit.
I mean, Paulo Costa.
He's fake.
Yeah, or he's not Brazilian.
No, he's a drunk Brazilian. He had too much wine.
Too much wine. No. Okay, so what's next for the Lioness? She's a double champion.
I'm gonna be like Jay. That man is slow.
Well, he's got a game chair, I think, so like he can do whatever the fuck he wants, right?
Sorry.
That's right.
There you go. So what's next for the Lioness? What's next for Amanda Nunes? Should the featherweight division be retired because there's just really no one else for her? What's next for her?
I mean, me and Jay kind of briefly discussed this earlier. I don't see an opponent worthy enough right now that can challenge her. Jay was saying Chris Cyborg again, make it a little interesting because besides Amanda Nunes, she's the next baddest woman on the planet. And I agree. It'd be nice to see a rematch.
Well, too bad Cyborg decided to run away from the UFC because her feelings got her from Dana White in time of Bellator. So,
I don't. At the moment, there, like I said, there's that Chris Cyborg because she's bad and she can do both. You know what I mean? But if we're talking about UFC people, bro, nobody. Take a vacation, enjoy all the tally marks you got for all the ass whoopings you handed out.
Mm-hmm. Spend some time with the newborn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take your time. Don't even worry about
it. She literally can fight once a year. She did last year. She doesn't have to fight again. Honestly, I want to see the Valentina Shevchenko fight. I think the third time. Like I know they've had 2 fights already, and Amanda won both of them. Hella close both times. I want to see it. Let that be her final fight and retire because she's always gonna be the GOAT. She's always gonna be known as the best. I don't think anybody's gonna topple her. She's the best double champ we've ever had. She's the only one that's retained the title, defended both titles.
She's the best woman champ ever.
Yeah, she's the only UFC fighter, both divisions, to defend it. That's crazy, man.
Multiple times too.
That's crazy, man.
Fight. She's badass, and there's nothing but respect for her. So, like I said, I think Valentina Shevchenko, but the flyweight champion has other business. Who do you think is? Well, let's move on because honestly, we don't need to talk about that fight. She's just that fucking good.
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah.
I've done that. You said, I know, bro. That was
Aljamain Sterling is the new UFC bantamweight champion after an illegal intentional knee in the 4th round. Jay, please. Jay.
Thoughts?
That's bad judgment and bad coaching.
I don't know if you
guys heard Joe Rogan talking about.
We heard everything. We waited for everything. We waited for everything. Yeah, we heard it all.
His corner was telling him, you hit him when he's down. But you should know damn well not to knee anybody or kick anybody when they are down on a knee.
So for those who didn't watch, I guess after the fights and shit like that, Khabib told DC that he heard them say throw the knee. They got the audio, the video and audio of the whole sequence of what happened in Peter Yan's corner. The head coach says hit, but he doesn't say knee. The assistant coach to his right says knee. When the knee is thrown and landed, the head coach is like this, like, what the fuck did you do? The assistant on the side is like, yes.
That's bad coaching. You do not throw knee. This is not pride. You do not do that shit anymore. That's a no. You should know that by now. You're the champ. You should know this. You should have this in the back of your mind that you do not throw that shit.
Yeah, the blame goes to everybody. As a head coach, you need to learn to have everybody else quiet. You should be the only one giving instructions or any advice. That way, situations like this don't happen. At the same time, if you don't know the rules, keep your mouth shut. As a UFC champion, you should have a good sense or a good idea of what you can and cannot do. It goes to everybody.
And him being the UFC champion, he's got everything to lose, nothing to gain. He beats him.
You're winning at this point. He was winning the fight. You have full control. It was a bad judgment call, man.
And Sterling's over here kicking himself on the ground and flipping around. This dude looked like a fish out of water.
Bro, he was so nervous. He was so nervous. Like the jitters just never left him, and he was falling. He was getting taken down multiple times. It's like, what the fuck happened?
Pretty easily too. Leg swipes. I mean, the dude was getting countered, and he'd fall. He like Jay said, he would be on the aggressive, throw a kick and slip.
Bro, how many times did you throw a spinning back elbow and get caught?
Yeah, he's very nervous. You can tell, but. My main grab with this whole thing was that Peter Yan should know that you do not throw a knee. Like that's John Jones lost by disqualification too.
On a 12-6.
Okay, that was fairly new.
Yeah, not too many people knew about that one.
Hell, he was new. That was only like his third, maybe fourth fight in the UFC or shit like that. Like he was still fairly new.
Exactly. So you don't know. Okay, that's your first fight. Okay, this is not his first fight. He should know not to throw a damn knee.
Like you said, this is not pride. This is not one championship. This is not some fucking Bush League, company. UFC rules state if their fingertips are down, any fingertips, or if the opponent is on his fucking knees, you do not kick or knee your opponent.
And not to defend Sterling or anything like that, but if you get kneed in the face, bro, why even attempt to proceed with the fight?
It's just that dog in him, man. That's just as a fighter, I feel like you have to have that. You don't want to win it. You don't want to win a championship by disqualification, man. You want to earn that belt. I mean, you saw it. They put it on him. He took it off, threw it on the floor. He didn't want it, man.
I mean, I get the earning part, but regardless of earning it, he didn't earn that belt regardless of the
he was going to lose. He was going to lose.
So
yeah, I didn't have him winning that fight.
I'm out. I'm throwing the towel. I'm done.
The judges had it. Two of the judges had it 2-1 going into the fourth for Yan. One of them had it 2-1 for Sterling. After that round, if Aljamain wasn't concussed and could have continued, Sterling would have been tied with Yan in the two judges' scorecards that were leaning for Yan, and he would have been winning significantly with that one judge. This fight could have ended with a majority draw or a majority win decision for Yan. It was very fucking close.
Honestly, it might have even ended in a knockout, man. And this isn't to kind of get away from what we're talking about, but these guys were fighting from the jump. This was one of the more exciting fights that I had seen on the entire card, man. I was loving it. Despite who was winning, it just felt like a very balanced fight. I felt like Pete Yor was defending well. He was attacking well. Sterling came out with energy. He looked a little gassed later on, but I mean, it was an overall good fight. I would have liked to see it play out.
Jay felt different.
I did not like Sterling's performance at all, bro.
It was the nerves, man. It was the nerves. That's what it was. That's all it is, dude.
I mean, I get it. You getting probably the biggest fight of your life. I get it. It's nerve wracking,
and it could be his only chance.
Yeah, I mean, but damn, that was.
He executed his game plan, man. He came out aggressive like they planned. He let himself get knocked down. He let him catch a knee in the face. He knew he was going to do that. He planned that.
I told Mike when he started that pace, the pace he started with, I was like, he's not prepared for that. Yeah. He's not prepared for 5 rounds. He's never had a 5-round fight. The only fight that he's had, I think that was no, it was a 3-round fight. He tried to rush it like it was Corey Sandhagen. Like he could do the same thing to Jan. Jan said, "Nah, man, I'm patient. I don't have to fall for your tricks. I know how to box and kickbox. They have the title for him, the Master of Sport in Boxing." I was like, how was that a thing? But whatever. Like he held his own throughout the flurry of freaking Sterling. Even that jumping knee in the first round, that was nice by Sterling.
There were 2. One connected really well, but there were 2, yeah.
Yeah. And then the nice right straight from fucking Jan that dropped Sterling. Oof.
Yeah, you can tell the difference between striking power, man. Jan was throwing hard.
That's just that levels thing again. You got one guy at one level and you got another guy at another, and that's just.
So rematch coming up.
Yep. Sterling's out there taking pictures, like with the title and everything. He wants Cejudo apparently, and I'm like, Cejudo's not coming back. Shut the fuck up. Jan definitely deserves a rematch. 4 months from now.
How do you have it going? If they do early predictions,
Jan gonna beat that ass. He gonna fuck you up.
Jan, 2nd round knockout.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah.
And I'm only gonna say 2nd round knockout because Aljamain's gonna come out like a fucking jackrabbit again in the 1st round.
And I mean, I don't think he'll be as nervous this time, but Jan is gonna beat that ass. For one, he's gonna be angry that he lost off of that. To be fair, his own fault, but he's still gonna be mad, regardless of what happened. He's gonna be mad.
Let me ask y'all something. The rule clearly states that even at DQ, the title changes hands. Do you agree with that rule?
You should know, bro. That's a no-no. You should know.
Yeah, you're a professional for a reason, man. As much as I don't like the rule, like Jay's saying, you're a professional for a reason. And if you're gonna do something to jeopardize your chance at holding that belt, you don't deserve it.
It's like PEDs, bro. Like, you're not supposed to take them, and you take them anyway, knowing you shouldn't. That's on you, bro. You got your title stripped from you. Sorry, bro. You shouldn't take it.
TJ Dillashaw, he's talking to you, stupid ass. Fucking out here talking on Twitter.
That's what I'm saying. Though, like you are top tier fighter. Like, you should know not to throw certain things. You should know the rules. Just follow them.
I know one thing. Jan's never going to throw a fucking knee to a downed opponent again.
I said, I don't think he's going to throw a knee ever. He's going to be like standing. He can't throw a knee.
All right. So, Jan loses the title. We're going to get a rematch soon, one day. Who knows when? Fuck that shit. I mean, yeah. So, the last fight I want to talk about, because it was a good one, Islam Makhachev whooped that ass against Drew Dober.
Total domination, man.
The last fight talking about on the main card, that was a performance by a Khabib lookalike, according to
you, Jay.
No. So hold on.
You gotta let this man explain what happened.
No. So I'm looking at Islam Makhachev's walkout, right? He's walking out, and I'm like, is that Khabib? Because I see Khabib next to him masked up. I see him masked up. Mike turns around because he's on his phone and says, no, but he looks like him.
He did. And you know how Jose plays around a lot, makes jokes. I was like, no, what are you talking about? It looks like him, though, bro. I'll give you that. Like, I'm not going to discredit you. It looks like him. And he goes, no, next to him. And then I was like, oh, yeah, that is Khabib. Yeah, man, it was a whole thing. So it made the fight even better because then I just saw a mini Khabib in there. And, yeah, man, he fought like it.
This was a fight in the lightweight division. Is he the next man to dominate the division and become the next Khabib, the next lightweight champion in the future?
Whoa.
18-1, man. I mean,
19-1.
19-1 now after that win. I mean, come on, bro. It's hard to disagree with a statement like that, dude. I mean,
Well, I was asking. I
man.
wasn't fully stating. I'm asking.
I'll state it for you, bro. The way the performance and the fight that he showed last night, you can make a fair statement to say yes. If it would have came out and been a little more, even if it would have went to the cards, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, you could, give him some time. Maybe he hasn't developed, but he came out and straight up manhandled, ran the entire fight. It's a fair argument. I could agree with you, man.
Jay,
once them 6 more wins come in, then I'll say it's an argument.
That's
now, you still got 1 loss. Khabib's got 0.
Well,
okay.
He's got 0 loss.
He is. But Khabib's not in it right now, bro. I'm talking right now.
He did get knocked out in the UFC. His second fight in the UFC, that's where he lost his fight and got knocked out. He wants Tony Ferguson next.
That's exciting.
You booked that?
That's exciting. Yeah.
Book that?
Yeah. I'd book it.
He said in his post-conference interview that he wants to help Tony. He cares about him. He wants to put him out of his misery.
Woo! Okay. Talk your shit, OG. I like it. Okay.
I think Tony is like ranked number 4 in the lightweight division. So maybe it's a huge step up for him, like as far as like what they'll actually do. But if he talks enough shit, I think Tony's gonna be like,
he's gonna get some attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tony's a scrapper, man. He likes talking shit.
Well, and that he's a Khabib lookalike. You already know they got some bad blood there.
Oh, dude.
Just come at me with the "you think you could beat me" type of shit, and I'm sure he'll be in.
You think if Tony beats him like badly, you think Khabib will come out of retirement for just?
I don't think so, man. You retired on top.
You got to be a big name to get Khabib back, bro. That's not.
If you beat a training partner that almost has the exact same style as Khabib, that's not big enough too.
Look at where Khabib is.
Yeah, see, for Jay, you have to understand. Jay doesn't see them equal, not even remotely. So yeah, no, Jay's gonna say no every time. Me, I'm gonna say no as well. I don't think it. I mean, you're retired, man. You retired on a great note.
All right.
You're the best. Enjoy your spoils, bro.
So besides Tony Ferguson, like, God, he was so impressive last night. Makhachev was sweeping the leg, single leg takedown, fucking just slammed Dober in the last round. And then, bro, y'all realize that arm triangle wasn't even fully synced in? That shit, like, most of the time, arm triangles are like this or like this, like fucking, and then they choke you out. This man had the elbow like all the way down here, and he's like, fucking Makhachev was flexing all hard and shit, and just like fucking choked him out. I was hella impressed. I did not expect that half guard tap out. He was in the half guard still across the body. I was very surprised. Is he a future lightweight champion?
Yeah, he is.
Damn. Okay, quick side topic. Who the fuck is next fighting for the lightweight title? If it's vacated, who are the 2 you picking? Between Poirier, Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler. Does McGregor get that title shot?
No, not after that loss he just suffered. Get out of here.
Okay, well, I mean, because people are arguing it. I'm just asking now.
And this is why I don't like the UFC right now. Is you shouldn't be able to get a title fight off of name alone.
No, exactly. I thought this was Puro Pinche sports, not Puro Pinche nonsense. No.
Hey, I said it in the preview, man. I said Jose Aldo should have not gotten a title shot against Peter Yan. He had 2 fights. He lost his last 2 fights prior to that. He didn't deserve the title shot. I don't think McGregor deserves the title shot. My prediction, or at least what I want.
Poirier would be nice. Chandler fought well too. His last bout.
I think Oliveira, because he's on an 8-fight win streak, and Dustin Poirier. I think that's the fair one. And then make Michael Chandler fight Justin Gaethje for the number 1 contender.
I respect that.
I'll take that. I like that.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for joining me. Is there any other notes from the fight that you liked? Like Mike was talking about one that he was really interested in. You want to tell the world which one was that?
I'm kind of lost. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Kai Kara France.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even get a chance to see it, man. That was the most upsetting part, dude. I showed up to Jose's a little bit later after basically the main card kind of started, dude. I missed kind of the early prelims and everything. So in between some of the fights, I was just on YouTube, Instagram, and I had seen that knockout, man. Wild finish, like wild finish. I regret missing the fight, but yeah, that looks exciting.
Jay, were you able to watch that fight?
I wasn't able to watch that one either.
All right, so if y'all don't know, Kai Kara France was in trouble. Prior to that, he was in trouble. He was surviving fucking submission attempts, fucking getting his back taken, all this shit. Then they're setting up. Kai Kara France like, boom!
Can I see that one more time?
Boom! You know my technique's not good at all, so you know whatever.
Yeah,
Jay's all here
I like
judging me.
I like it.
Boy drops head first, like, bro, like
Attempts to stand up.
Bro, he
wobbles.
And he's already celebrating. Kai Kara France is like, I won. Like he's
it's
out.
a walk
like,
off. He walked off. Yeah.
And Herb is like, okay, go away. And he's trying to tell the opponent, like, you were out. And then Kai Kara France comes out and just
I don't think he was gonna strike him. I think it was just more talking.
He's mocking.
Yeah, just mocking, you know. Definitely didn't like it. But
that was funny. Dominic Cruz out here fucking calling out the Monster Energy fucking CEO or whatever the fuck he is, trying to fight him for a charity fight. Shit card. I mean, not shitty card. Shit, fun card. Fun fucking card. It was eventful. It was crazy. Storylines everywhere. Fucking Jan over here fucking blowing out knees. Adesanya not performing. Whatever the shit. You know, Nunes proving she's still the queen. All right. Well, that's all I got for tonight. I mean, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. It was fun. I mean, we needed to talk about this because it was fucking hectic last night. We were all like,
I was shook, man. Yeah, it was such a good card.
It was fantastic. Guys, where can they find you at? Jay, start it off.
Obviously on my Instagram, Jesse4B11. Or, like I said the last time, if you want the work on some Warzone, Chucky Alarms 96, you can come get your ass shot.
All right, Mike.
So the Warzone thing doesn't bode true for me. I'm still ass at that. But you can find me on Instagram at MonsterMike25. Other than that,
I mean, Mike, let's be honest. You don't really even post anything there. You're just there. Just follow him though. Follow him.
I don't, brother. I don't have anything to post, unfortunately.
I told this man. I told Jay too. I was like, just post like your game clips, like your fucking wins and all this shit in Apex or Modern Warfare. Mike, you're a badass Rocket League player. Like, show the world, bro. Show the world. People don't even know. Show the world. Jay, show off.
Me paid.
Jay, show off your car. Sell that shit and buy a big old truck.
That's next. Don't worry. You'll see that. Don't worry. That's next.
All right, guys. And, of course, follow the podcast at Puro Pinche Sports on Instagram, Puro Pinche Sport Podcast on Twitter, PPS_podcast. Check out the other videos we've had on YouTube, guys. It's been fun having our guests, Jesse, Mike, Art, Marco. We'll have more guests. Other Jesse, remember him. He's very political. He's a Trump supporter. You're going to probably hate him if you watch that video. I'm just
just make sure you got your brightness all the way up because brother's dark. He knows I mean that with love.
He does. All right, we should end it. Guys, we are Puro Pinche Sports and we are out.
Warzone time.